Hi Sri Avinash.
Hi, Devika.
I'd love to ask you some questions about your Becoming a Great Healer Masterclass. For those who wish to become a healer, how important do you think it is to learn from a master?
I think that's critical. That's critical. Like any field, if you want to be a champion tennis player, you want to make sure you learn from a champion tennis player. If you want to attain enlightenment, you want to make sure that you train and learn from a guru that's actually enlightened. In the same way, you want to be a great healer, and you want to learn from a master healer, someone that actually can heal, at the highest level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's critical. Otherwise, you're learning the technique and things that you're unsure about, mm-hmm. and then it leads to doubt, and then even if you learn the correct technique and everything, it's still a journey to become to heal at the highest level. Mm-hmm. There's still a lot of effort and challenge and obstacles and and endurance. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure you learn correctly the right techniques and the right attitude, mm-hmm. and it's critical.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're certainly a fabulous master. You've just performed such amazing healing successes on so many people in such a various range of physical and mental and emotional spheres. So it's
I try my best.
Yeah, well, you try your best and you succeed in so many ways. But so I was wondering, what motivated you to start a healer course? You've obviously got this gift, and when you offer this training course, you're obviously implying that other people can learn this gift. So what was your intention behind creating this course for other people? What was your wish for them in the design of this course?
Well, the first thing is that I know this amazing healing where you can heal pretty much anything. I know that in some sense is pretty simple. It's not that hard. Of course, it's a journey, it's training and effort, but it's not that hard. So I know there's a lot of people out there, including myself, a long time ago. If I learned how to heal like this many years ago on my spiritual journey, I would have dived in and full on practiced this, and I would have probably, if I started earlier, I would have been a better healer today. Who knows? Like that. So I basically don't want this knowledge only for myself. I know that the more healers out there that learn these techniques and do it really well and dedicate their life towards it, they can be a great healer. So the more healers on the planet, true genuine healers on the planet, the better it is for the planet. It's like the more great doctors, the more great surgeons, the better for the country. Mm-hmm. Because they can perform successful surgeries when the patients need to.
Beautiful. Now, we can read more in depth about the outlines of the courses on your website, but I was wondering if you wouldn't mind just going into some of the main aspects of the Healer Masterclass course with me here.
The main thing is the people that's learning from me on the day, they know how to do it right. In other words, they know the techniques and they understand how to heal with these techniques. So a very important part of that is the first thing I do is I actually will infuse into them these divine qualities of love, divine light, peace, and that chi, the universal life force. That's the main four energies that I teach people. So I'll actually infuse into them a whole group of people, so they actually know what that energy is. So because if they don't know what that is, how are they going to transmit the energy? So once they feel that's the first introduction to how to use that energy. And then next, I'll teach them through life healing demonstrations. It's not just theory. So I'll basically ask from the audience, from these people who actually want to become healers or participating in this course. So I'll ask, who's got the worst situation? Who's got the worst pain, the worst situation? And I'll get a show of hands, and I'll ask them, and to verify who, and I'll look at who's got the worst situation, and then I'll ask some of them to be volunteers, and I'm gonna heal them. So when I heal them, and then but I don't just heal them, but I'll actually, while I'm healing them, I'm talking my way through it, explaining what I'm doing, the techniques, what energy I'm doing, my attitude, my intention, where I'm placing, where I start first, where I end, what I'm doing, and then the person will open their eyes, and then I ask the result, and I ask how I interact with the person. So they're learning all this by watching like that. It's amazing. That is the best way to learn, by watching it. And when a person sees me teach through life healing demonstration, basically when they see me heal, miraculous healing, amazing healing from these people who are actually the worst case in the audience, when they see me heal them in front of their eyes, it does something to them. Because doubt is the main obstacle of healing. To be a great healer or not is all in here. It's faith or doubt. So when they actually see when I heal like that, what it does is they're not just thinking I'm healing like that. They're thinking in their mind it's possible. See, once they think it's possible, then they it does something to their system. Like they know it's humanly possible. So the next jump is, now it's their turn. Then next they start to practice themselves. Then there's practice session where they get practice with each other. They get a few rounds of practice, and depends if it's one day master class, or 2 days or 5 days. But the longer it is, the more chance to practice like that. But they do get a chance to practice, and when they start practicing, that's when they start to realize, oh my God, like, wow, I can do this. I can do this. Other people can feel the different where I'm focusing, my healing, this and that. They get feedback. They practice, get feedback. Practice, get feedback. And then the other thing is also, like, after the course, I don't want them to just go away and just do the practice healing only and things like that. That's critical. But also, I'll give them two mantras. One is a self-healing mantra, where they continue to just chanting this mantra. They actually heal themselves, which is critical on this journey as a healer, because you got to protect yourself. You absorb people's negative energies, so you get sick. You actually got to protect yourself. So I give them that self-healing mantra, and then also I give them the what I call is the great ancient healer mantra, where they can actually chant this mantra, and it awakens that great healer within them. So they just chant that, and awakens the healer in them, because we are all great healers. We just gotta basically let the genie out. That's it. We just gotta open our heart and let it come out. So that mantra actually awakens that, so they can go away and continue practicing that. So, and they're the main things. They basically watch me do it. They experience the energy. They get to practice, and they get feedback, and they're the main things.
I love the way you put that the Healer Masterclass kind of lets the genie out of the bottle, like the healer out within you. It really does kind of like coax out that quality within people. Yeah,
because it's true. Yeah. It's true. Another thing I forgot is so many stuff in it, so many like really great content in the course. Really, another thing I forgot is also infuse into them the awaken the basically great healer in them directly, and blessings of all the great masters and great healers of the past, to bless them to become great healers.
Yeah. And that is a beautiful quality. Often I speak to people after having attended your course, and I ask them about that experience, and most of the time people have tears in their eyes when they talk to me about that experience of receiving the Awakening the Great Healer Infusion.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it's quite moving because in the heart, you know, they do have a dream to be a great healer. Like when they attend that course, like most people, like have that feeling, you know, like that. So when they feel the blessing, you know, of the great masters of the past, the great healers of the past, and they awaken the great healer in them, it touches their heart.
Yeah, it's very moving. And would you say that this Healer Masterclass, could anybody attend, say, if they just wanted to learn how to heal themselves, not only to go out there and try and be a healer themselves? Is it appropriate for someone that wants to learn how to self-heal as well? Absolutely.
Because see, even if you want to become a great healer, like that journey, you have to heal yourself anyway. Because you can't heal others if you don't heal yourself. You got to make sure that you're clean and healthy, and the divine energy is flowing through you. So, that's essential anyway. You got to actually heal yourself. That's step one, really. And even though you're learning to heal other people, but still you got to heal yourself first. So, but if those people they're not quite ready to heal others, or they're not. That's not what they're wishing for. So to learn how to heal yourself is massive. You know, the first thing is it saves a lot of costs to go to your psychologist. You know, it saves a lot of money because you just heal yourself. You know, you might even heal your psychologist as well. You start to become really good at healing yourself. So there's a lot of benefits. It really is. You know, it really prevents you being sick, and you sleep much better as well. And so many benefits that are good health. You know, you can't underestimate that.
No, you can't put a price on that. Yeah. You offer the Healer Masterclasses in 3 different lengths. There's a 1-day course, a 2-day course, and a 5-day course.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, the outlines are on the website, but just in a general overview kind of a way, would you mind telling me a little bit more about the difference between those classes?
Yeah. Basically, I design them like the 1 day, 2 days, and 5 days. I design them in a way that they're not like prerequisite. Someone can dive in and just do 5 days. They want to then dive in and do 2 days, or they just do 1 day. They're not prerequisites because there is overlap. Like the 2 days covers there's a lot of material in 1 day, and the 5 days covers a lot of materials in the 2 days. But the main difference is first thing is, in my mind, I'm thinking those people who they might have budget constraint and they can only have 1 day off and like this, but they want to learn how to heal. It's like a solid introduction to learn how to heal, but it's not just like an introduction when you walk away you don't know what you're doing. It's actually quite in some way it's quite in depth, but I go through it very fast because 1 day, so they get exposed to a lot of the main things that the 2 days and the 5 days gets. They get the both mantras. They receive the healing. They actually get a chance to practice. They get to see the life healing demonstration. But of course, it's actually they get less chance to practice naturally because only 1 day. Less chance to watch the life healing demonstration. I can't go through as many life healing demonstrations. So all of those factors and basically that 1 day, they get the essentials. You know, I don't go through the group healing and distance healing techniques because we haven't got time for that. In the 1 day, the 2 days is an expansion of the 1 day where you get more practice, more life healing demonstrations. You learn more, and then because it's 2 days, you just being exposed more. More to watching how to heal the technique, it sinks in more. I noticed that The one day people absolutely love it, but I noticed the 2 days. Personally, I enjoy teaching the 2 days more than the 1 day, because the 1 day is touch more of a rush. Even though I'm giving the basically the essential goodies that they need to walk away with, but the 2 days it's just a bit more detailed, in depth, and it's more enjoyable for me and them, and for them as well. And because they get more chance to practice and more chance to watch me heal and I teach them, they do. You can see that they do gain more confidence naturally, naturally. And the 5 days, I can go through the more detailed, specific, different healing, for different conditions, mental, the physical, different physical conditions, and also there's more healing, what I call power infusions, just more divine qualities in them, and basically it's more in depth, more detailed, and you get basically you want if you want to do healing as a career, like that's what you love, that's your passion, you really should do the 5 days, like that. Like the 2 days is if you want to just start to see if that's your path, and you learn the stuff, and you learn the right stuff, you gain confidence, and then you go from there. You want to move to the 5 days, but the 1 day, is a course. If budget is an issue, and you only got not like you're busy. You're like you're a mum or dad with 11 children. You got no time. Then 1 day is very good.
I see. You were talking about the student practice, and I was wondering, what is it like for you as the teacher to watch your students practice on each other? What's that like?
I love that because I'm actually watching them, and I'm going through and watching them, and I see stuff which is beautiful to see. I see the energy coming out of their hand. I'm actually seeing. I'm going, oh my god! I can see this it's like this energy coming in the person's hand, infusing, and I can see that they don't know that, and I'm going, oh my god, it's beautiful, and I'm seeing and how much fun they're having, so much laughter, and the feedback they get to each other, and it's just so much surprise, and the increase in confidence, and for example, the 2-day masterclass, I say, okay, now I want you focus on physical healing, not just emotional healing, and they're like, can I do this? I said, no, like have a go, and when they start healing each other, and a lot of them actually be able to, even within the first time they've ever done healing in their life, it's able to make a difference to another person physically. It basically freaks them out, like they're like, oh my god, I can do this. So it's beautiful to see. It is amazing. But the main thing is that it's working, and they're gaining confidence. They're getting surprised, and and also they really enjoy it. Yeah, they really enjoy it.
There's so much joy in the room.
There is.
There's so much joy in the room. Yeah. They really do love it.
There is a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
After learning all of these tools and techniques, if someone were to go home and really dedicate themselves to practicing, do you think that they could become a great healer?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Basically, if that's their dream, and if that's like they put all the whole heart into it, and like any field, if you want to win Wimbledon 1 day, like all the training, all the hours on the court, all the like that sacrifice, instead of going to nightclubs all the time, like you're just full on practicing healing, and meditating, cleansing your energy field, awakening, and practice the mantra, awaken the great healer in you, and practice healing in other people, and the process is gain confidence, and keep on being keep on being having a connection with the master, that like if you have an opportunity, you know, like that's great. You have the opportunity, just you know, and just being exposed to as much as you can to the master, like that, and definitely, there's no reason why. If your heart is there, there's no reason why. There's no reason why. If your heart's not there, you got no chance. You know? Yeah, like any field. Like there's no reason why you love something, you dedicate your life to it sincerely. There's no reason why you can't be like, you know, you can't heal at the peak level. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing much more about the Healer Masterclass. I really feel like the more people that do it, the more beautiful the world's going to become, and it's really truly wonderful that you're sharing your gift with all of us. So thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. You know, I feel that one day this healing ability, like my healing ability, the whole world will find this normal one day. You know, it might take quite a few years, but I think one day it will be not quite normal. Because there's no reason why.
Is that part of your vision for this course, even just to promote change in this world in that kind of a way?
Absolutely. Everything I do, every course that I do, every webinar that I create, everything that I do is only focusing one main thing: is how to benefit the planet, how to shift the vibration of the planet, how to make people healthy, happy, and peaceful, you know, and well, and then, you know, we've got a beautiful planet. Yeah, and this course is a major part of that. Yeah.
Thank you, Master.
No worries. Thanks, Devika. Thank you. Good on you.
Thank you.